The challenge has been placed for our next Ben 10 customs, and that is exactly what we are going to do here today. Of course, what is going on, everybody? My name is Blitzwinger, and welcome back to a brand new LEGO DC Supervillains customs video where we create some more Ben 10 aliens. And today's request comes to us from the one and only Simon56, who says, "Hi, could you make Blitzwolfer or Rath?" And this comment had 89 likes, so thank you guys so very much for helping out. Like I always say, don't forget, guys, as soon as this video hits 500 likes, I'll get to work on the next video. And in addition to that, I do want to go on ahead and thank you guys so very much for the support so far on the series. I also would love to hear your suggestions for other aliens that you would like to see created. So use the comment section down below to let me know of other aliens that we have not yet built. Like, for example, we've already designed Gray Matter, Swampfire, and Stinkfly was our latest, and today we're going to get to work on Rath, who, by the way, I looked up a picture of him. I gotta legitimately say, like, he straight up looks like that cereal dude, like the mascot, like, right, that dude, you know, like, it's kind of weird how similar that design is. Maybe it's just me, but that's just what I thought of. Let me know if you guys agree or disagree. So, with that in mind, today's design is going to be kind of a tiger sort of character. I think that as far as abilities are concerned, we pretty much only have to worry with maybe like superpowers. I think I don't think the character, or sorry, with super strength I should say, I don't think he can like fly or anything like that. Let's give him kind of like an acrobatic double jump. I think that would be fitting here. So just adjusting a few of the skill sets here. There's no need for the grow ability. Yeah, okay, I thought that was activated for a second. Special abilities are deactivated, so that's fine. And then I think as far as charge up attacks, I feel like it looks to me, at least, like the character is kind of like how would I describe it? Almost like a tiger sort of creature. So I feel like a lunge attack of some sort would be sort of cool for him. So I think that would be really cool. All right, so we have that equipped, which is fantastic. So we're done with that step. Now, the one other thing we want to do is actually go into personality, and we're going to adjust the hearts to be green because we're making all of them green for the what are they called? The different aliens. Why did the health type... Why was it set to invulnerable? There we go, standard. Okay, speed. I think he's just normal speed, but I do want to change the animation in this one to be maybe more like monster-like, because he looks a lot more, again, kind of like a beast or something like that. So that's what we're gonna go off of. Now we have the abilities category all figured out, so we're good there. Basic information we'll adjust in a second. Now we do need to give this character claws, but it is weird and odd because his claws are really strange, where it's just one giant claw, it looks like. So the closest thing to that is probably these, honestly, because I feel like these ones are quite obviously a separate claw, and so is this, whereas this one kind of hovers over the arm, which is sort of what he has, where the hands, the claws are like going over the hands. So that's sort of what we're trying to pull off here as well. Okay, so that's great. We got that figured out. Now let's get to work on the rest of the characters. So first and foremost, for the hands, I'm going to go with white because it looks like for the most part his hands are mostly white, a little bit of orange on top, but we're going to go with a mostly white look. The hands themselves, I'd love to go with an orange. Oh, actually, I probably should check if we even can make it orange.
Ooh.
Okay, yes, perfect. The orange color is available. So I kind of like that with the stripe look. So it almost... Copperhead might be a good one here, actually. But it doesn't look like he has quite as many spikes all over the forearms. It's only on the shoulder pads. So I want to try to find, maybe there's something where it's just on the shoulders. We see kind of like the black outline, or like some sort of a pattern that could look almost like spikes or stripes, I should say, more so. But ideally only on the shoulder pad area. Oh man, it looks like most of them have like a bunch of designs, but they're like all over the entirety of the arm, which is not what we're looking for. Like I said, we're trying to find something that's just over the shoulders, but something like that doesn't work. Obviously, because the color is completely wrong. Nope. Can't really use any of that. What about this one here? How would that look? I'm curious. Nah. Unfortunately, not applicable here. I feel like the Copperhead one is the best we've seen so far. But let's just scroll through and make sure first before we jump to conclusion. What does this even look like? And oh, okay, that's got the buttons. I keep forgetting about that. Okay, so I feel like we gotta go with the Copperhead look because I feel like that's gonna be the most accurate out of this bunch. Or I guess in theory, what we could do in addition is to just go with a plain orange like this. Let's try that. You know what? Let's try the plain orange, and then we'll see how we like how the look comes together as we continue to design the rest of this character. Okay, so for the legs, again, we want to have a little bit of stripes, but only at the top of the legs, ideally. So that's kind of the goal that we're aiming for. And then ideally the feet, like the base of the feet, should be white, because it's just like the hands. So we're trying to mimic that as best as we can. Again, I always use just Google Images for whatever suggestion you guys give. So if you're like, okay, design Rath, I look up the character, which by the way, I have to say, I really love the designs in Ben 10. Like I'm very surprised how varied they are. Like they've been all so different from one another, which is really cool to see. Like I haven't seen a lot of overlap yet. So I think that that's definitely pretty neat as a whole. So I think that that's pretty cool to see. But at the same time, obviously, we're trying to design something that will be at least remotely accurate. And right now, not really seeing much that could fit that bill. Oh, man. Okay, so how the heck do we do this now? Because we can't have the boots the way that we wanted. So that stinks. I guess, I mean, that sort of, kind of could work. What about this? Nope, definitely not. Ah, man. Yikes. Who would have thought this would be so difficult? What about this one here, actually? Ooh. Now, this actually does not look bad because it gives us the black and white kind of contrast that we would want on the legs. So I actually sort of like this one as an option. And the black part there could almost work like claws on the feet. So kind of works, honestly. Let me look through here. Maybe there's something better, but I sort of think that's a pretty good option. Of course, I could go with the Copperhead look and just go with that and have the stripes there, which, to be fair, does kind of look cool too. Man. So it's kind of a catch-22 here because we either get the stripes or we get the white on the boots. So I think we'll go with the stripes here. Because we didn't put the stripes on the shoulders, so let's try to at least keep them there on the legs and see if we can kind of maintain some sort of an accuracy through that. Okay, so yes, please. Recolor that orange. And now let's figure out the torso, which I know is not going to be the easiest. Actually, can't we just use the Copperhead? I wonder if we could just use the Copperhead design for this. Let's scroll through, though. Let's just be sure before we jump to any decision. I do feel like the Copperhead torso though works kind of well here. It's not perfect because it doesn't give you the white and orange as well as the circle in the center, but it's definitely one of the best options for sure. That's without a doubt. Like I think that that's a safe bet to make. But let's scroll through just to be sure if there's anything better. Obviously, I'd love to be able to choose that instead, if there is anything that comes up that's a better option. I sort of thought for a second maybe this, but again, the problem with that one is that, again, the recolor on this is going to look all right, but then the center does not look all that great because it's green, and it has that, like, breakup in the design instead of staying cohesive. So that won't work for us. Or, I mean, it's not that it won't work. It's just that I think that the Copperhead look will be better and more close to what we're trying to build. I don't really see much else that could work here better. We do have some new torsos, by the way, like tigers and stuff. So I think that that's kind of cool with the new DLC. But, yeah. All right, the only other thing I want to try out before we call it a decision with the Copperhead torso is that I'd like to see what would this torso look like. Okay, that's already all the right colors. And then if we gave him the badge down the center and we recolored that like the bright green we've been using. So that's another option there, is to go with that. And of course, it'll look a lot different once we remove the wings. And change the head, obviously. But I don't know. I feel like it doesn't look that great. I feel like for whatever reason, the Copperhead torso, even though it's not nearly as accurate as this one, I feel like it still looks better. So I think that's what we're going to go with here. And that's going to be our decision for this one. Oh, whoops. I love how I'm like, that's the one we're going to go with. And then I just keep scrolling way past it. Okay. Whoops. Sorry. Wrong recolor. There we go. Okay. So that's pretty good. Now, let's see. We need to adjust. First of all, let's remove the wings, because that's not necessary here for this character. Wait, does he have a tail? Because I don't see in this picture. It doesn't look like he has a tail. Okay, well, you guys will tell me if I'm wrong about that. I'm sure somebody will tell me in the comments section. But from what I can tell, he does not seem to have a tail. So I think we're safe there. But of course, I'm looking forward to hearing from you guys whether or not that is the case. I'm just trying to scroll through to see if we want to add anything like shoulder pads or anything. But I don't feel like it's going to fit the character all that much. So I think we're good there. All right, now it's time to figure out the face. And this is not going to be easy because we need to try to figure out some sort of a tiger-looking mask with green eyes, ideally, and what looks like giant... Are those his eyebrows or are those his ears? No, those are his eyebrows. Okay. He's got these like, giant white eyebrows that kind of just like point to the sides. So, yeah, that's going to be easy. Not. Oh my goodness. I don't know how the heck we're going to make this work. You guys really do put out the difficult challenges for me at this point. You're like, yeah, you've done all right with some of these designs, but check this out. And I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. How the heck am I supposed to build that? Okay, so you know what? Let me just, I guess maybe start by removing this. Although, could we? Nah, we're not going to do it. I was like, we could go with that maybe and do the oversized crocodile mouth again, but I feel like that's like overused at this point. Like we've done that once more. All right, so let's think here. We want to see something that has kind of like ideally maybe pointy teeth and green eyes. That's what we're looking for. Which, from what I remember, there's really not a lot of options with green eyes. Like there's a lot of cool faces like this one where it would work really well if we could use it. The problem is, it doesn't have green eyes, so that stinks. Let's think. What could we come up with here that could at least remotely look similar to what we want from this character model? Oh my goodness. There's like legitimately barely any faces that have green eyes. It's so disappointing, like legitimately. I don't understand why it's so far and few between. This one actually looks really cool. I think that one looks really, really neat. But again, the eyes are not really green. They're like really, really light yellow. Almost looking like light green, maybe. But I love that mouth. Like the mouth looks really cool because it looks like kind of like a tiger sort of, beastly design. So I think that's pretty sweet. But outside of that, oh man. Okay. What the heck do we do? I mean, of course, we could always go back to this, which is something we've done before, is to go with like a face like this, for example. And then, let me see for a sec. Do they have any of the open mask designs? They do right here. What's the recolor on it? Yeah, it's not ideal. I mean, we could give him the green eyes using the goggles that we've used before. I don't see any better ones, so yeah. Wait, what? Why did it not equip those? That was so weird. There we go. So it'd be kind of like that, but it's not very accurate. Man, this one is so difficult, guys. But do you see the other tough part about this character is that he has, like, the lower part of his jaw or his face completely should be white. Like, it's only the top part of his face that should be orange. And that's really tough to figure out how the heck you're supposed to do that. Okay, I do have an idea. I just came up with an idea, though. So let me try something here for a second. Okay, we need to try to look for something where it has kind of like more of a maybe beastly mouth. And we're going to change this to white. And then still give him... Oh, you can't put the goggles on this face. What? That's so weird. Why? That is so strange. I did not even know that that was the thing. Okay, is there any face that has kind of more of, like, those teeth that we saw in the Pride character? I don't think so. Which, yep, that's a bummer. Okay, so let's say we then go with just... Where's the regular, like, smiley face? I don't even see with that one now. It's not even popping up. What the heck? Did I just scroll through it like twice? Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay, so let's say we go with that. And I know it's completely off. Just a second. Just give me a second here to adjust the design. So it would be this. And then the way we're going to achieve the orange part is with a helmet. Yeah, that's not going to work. Oh, man. Maybe? Just work with me here for a second, guys. I'm just trying something. Okay, that's a lot better. That's a lot better. Could I use any of these other ones where they would work? What recolors here? I forgot. Okay. But then we'll lose the complete look of the, what's it called? The green eyes. So that would be not a good option here. Neither would this. What about this? What if we went with an orange for the base? And we use that to kind of do the eyebrows that he has, sort of. So that's sort of our look. Kind of? I don't know. This is so tough. I feel like, honestly, for whatever reason, as much as this is really, really tough, and to be quite honest, I feel like this is not a perfect option by any means, but I do feel like it, well, I do feel like it looked cooler. We could kind of give him the teeth this way, right? He doesn't get the glowing green eyes at that point. Neither would that give him the glowing green eyes. This gives us the glowing green eyes, but not a very accurate character design. So, yeah. So, it's so tough to decide what is the right move here. I, like, genuinely am having such a tough time with this one. I did not think that this would be such a difficult design to build. But, man, oh man, has this been a tough one to put together. I actually sort of like the way that that one looks, too. Now, if we use something else to, like, create the illusion of a jaw, let's say like this, and we paint that white, what about that? How about that? I feel like that could be kind of a cool look, too. Because this way we get the green eyes, which looks really clean. It looks super cool. I'm just curious to see what eyes looked better. Was it these ones or these ones? Oh, that one looks better because it's got the more, like, no eyeball. It just looks really cool. Okay, I gotta go with this. This one proved to be insanely difficult. Seriously, whoever suggested this one, who was it? Simon again? Holy moly, you put me through the ringer. This one was so tough. This one was crazy. So Rath has been completed to the best of my ability. I did not think going into this. I don't know why. I thought that for whatever reason that putting together a character that looks like a tiger was going to be very, very easy. But it's the change from orange to white and the constant, like, splitting of the color going from, like, basically most of the parts of this character are not just one color. They're like a mix of orange and white. And that made it very, very difficult to put together this character. I'm still happy with what we managed to put together just because I think that, again, like I said, this one was not easy by any means necessary, but I am very, 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 very genuinely curious to hear your opinions and thoughts on this design. Also, would love to see your takes on this character. What did you guys manage to come up with if you built this character yourself? I'm very curious to see what you managed to go on ahead and design. And equally, I would love to know what other aliens you would like to see built in the future. Of course, like always, guys, have an absolutely fantastic day. I will hopefully catch you guys here next time. Peace out. See you laters, alligators. Holy moly. Who thought this was going to be so tough? Like, seriously. When I just Googled this, I was like, I got this. This looks pretty easy. It's just a tiger with some claws. Holy moly, this was so difficult.